Hello everyone, welcome back to the video on the channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about something that's been going on in the community lately and just kind of talk about how I was right again, you know. Now, there's a couple things I want to talk about in this video. It is going to be how Wiz has been handling the community as of lately. And it's also going to be talking about the King Sal favoritism and whatnot. And I also, before I even talk about those 2 points, I just kind of want to address like a lot of the hate that I get because, I'm probably like, one of the most hated people in the Wiz creator space because, well, I speak the truth and people tend to not like that. What kind of gets me the most about this too, right, is it's the fact that I win that people don't like. Right? It's pretty strange, right? It's like I'll win and I'll talk about the problems and why it's stupid, and then people will get upset and disagree with that even though it's clearly stupid, right? So I'll take an example. Yesterday, right, I was playing a balance for Storm, and I knew that my single buffed Chimera would do more than their double buffed Owl, right? Now, in no world should the Chimera outtrade the Owl. It's less pips. It's not a Storm card. It's obviously like way less damage than an Owl, right? With less buffs. But in the reality of Live Realm right now in the game, it is better than Owl, right? And I'll try to find that clip if I can, put it on screen and whatnot. But yeah, it's just little stuff like that. Or I'll talk about the jading example later today too, right? It's like this guy healed for 100k. I'll probably have that as the gameplay. But people will see that and they'll be like, oh, he only hit you for 200 damage in 2 hours, but he healed for over 100,000. I think that's fine. That should be in the game, right? People will genuinely have that opinion and then get mad at me, or therefore most of the community who doesn't want cheating in a competitive setting. Cheating is okay in PvE, right? It's just part of the game. It is what it is, right? But in a competitive setting, when one person isn't trying to fight the other, I mean, it's just it's kind of crazy. I think anyone would agree with that. And the reality of this too, I've had to accept this like the past 6 months or a year, is the majority of the player base is less experienced, right? Obviously, that's just how it is, right? Like, no matter what game you play, there's always going to be worse players than actual good players, right? If there's a game out there, you guys let me know in the comments below, but that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles at the end of the day. It's kind of tough because Wiz is also a nostalgia heavy game, and there's people that have been around for such a long time, they don't like to be told that they're wrong about something, even though they lack the experience or the game sense, as I like to call it. And it's crazy because I see comments on like other people's videos, oh, like Liam just bashes the game all the time, when it's not even the case. Like, okay, maybe like 2 years ago, okay, sure, but every video I've made this past year, outside of like maybe 3, I want to say, which is pretty good, by the way, only 3 in 365 days, pretty good ratio there. I've had a clear goal making that video. I've made notes, and I've either mathematically proven why it's bad for the game and a change might be good for the game, or I'm just reporting on the community sentiment, right? That's the reality of the past year. So I just wanted to get that out of the way here and just acknowledge that, because it's just gotten to the point where I just can't take these people seriously. It's like they just get mad that I win, just playing meta pretty much at that point, which is kind of a weird thing to get mad about. But anyways, we got that out of the way. So next thing I want to talk about is going to be an incident that occurred yesterday. And if you know, you know, but I assume most of you don't know. But basically, I was live, and then I think we were about like 2 hours in. I had the misfortune of playing a Jade who is banevading for, I think, like the 2nd time now. I think something like that around there. But yeah, so I had the misfortune of fighting a Jade on my balance. Now, they were doing Lith. So basically what that is, it's a life who is just gonna, stack a bunch of myth buffs and try to one-shot you. And if that doesn't go well, they're just gonna heal for the entire game. So the game started off pretty normal, pretty standard, and I just countered his stuff like 2 or 3 times. And then he immediately stopped trying to fight me and only decided to heal for the next few hours. The only damage this guy did was a wand hit, and the game was 2 hours. So he was averaging about 400 damage and wand hits over the span of 2 hours. This guy literally used every heal available to him, and someone in the chat did the math because I was genuinely curious, and it was quite literally 100,000 healing. And there's some dumbasses in the Discord, as there always is, right? But they're like, oh, pack heal counters, and the heal counters don't work. If you're a good player, you know this, because the counters to the heal counters are better, right? So if I threefold, they purge or they snowman, right? Or if you clear, they just heal again and they have more heal copies, therefore they can just run you out of heal counters, and it's not like you can kill them, right? Because, well, they're so tanky, right? So good players know the heal counters don't even work. And it's not even like I wasn't packing like Rainbow Serpent, Gales, and Gearheads, and I was packing Reshuffle. So I decided to actually message the community managers, because anytime any other game has a problem like this where, it's a streamer being like, harassed, or someone's breaking TOS very blatantly, shamelessly live on their stream, usually what you can do is just talk to the people like, yo, there's some crazy shit going down on my stream. Can y'all check it out and do something about it? And, 8 times out of 10, that's what will happen in other games, right? And the thing is, I've talked to almost everyone at KI. Not everybody, but probably at least half the company, right? So it's not that they don't know who I am, right? I literally have talked to them actively many times, right? So it's not like we're like not cool or something, right? I know there's some people who don't like me there and whatnot, but specifically in this case, it is the community manager, right? Their job is quite literally to moderate this stuff and communicate, okay? And I don't really want to like dogpile on Emma here, but like I've messaged her like 30 different problems over the past like, I don't even know, like 4 months. I'll probably like go back and like look how long it's been since I got a response from her. But problems as in like people that are benefiting like this guy in the gameplay. And by the way, at the end, you'll probably see like he just self-reported himself. Like he knows he's gonna get banned, but he's just gonna come back and do, which again leads into another issue of Wiz needing to do permanent bans, not just one ban, because they know they can just come back and make another account. Again, we figured this out many years ago, but they haven't done anything about it. Yeah, no, it's like other people too have been very openly toxic, openly boosting, like a very open, by the way, like shamelessly, like whether it's like live or like there's screenshots out there, and like admitting this, it gets really crazy, bro. Like people will literally admit to breaking TOS and like cheating and harassing people in Wiz chat, and nothing will be done. Last month when there's the hacker situation, right, I was quite literally getting hacked off the game live on my stream. I got no response, by the way, when that happened. No response. So kind of weird here. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really want to like dogpile on Emma here, but like what's going on here? What's going on here? This doesn't make any sense. Like, is their whole plan just to ignore Liam because they don't like Liam, so therefore we're gonna ignore a good chunk of the community and just let people break TOS and harass others, and we're gonna normalize that at King's Owl? I don't really understand their strategy or their game plan here. If you guys watch the stream and you actually understand what happened, like this guy should have been banned live on the spot, or at the very least within the 24 hours of it happening. The next point I want to talk about is going to be the clear favoritism at King's Owl. Now, there are people in the community, probably know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to name their name. They just love Wiz. or sorry, they just KingsIsle loves them. Sorry, what am I saying? Wiz loves them. That's what I meant. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they do the dumbest shit ever. It doesn't matter if they're just being emotional and calling the 90% of the community stupid, or you know, defaming people and whatnot. It doesn't matter, because as long as KingsIsle likes them, they'll leave them. They'll leave them in the extra credits. They'll give them teasers. But then you'll have people like you, like me, get harassed the whole time. I'll send them into KingsIsle, and more often than not, nothing gets done about it. Even though they're well aware of who I am and they have helped out in the past, they just don't do anything. It's not even hard either. Like, you could literally just look at 5 minutes of that game and be like, okay, this guy is crazy. He's clearly ban evading. So I guess the point I'm making here at the end of the video is, you know, it just seems that I'm getting proven right again from KA. And I honestly hate to be this guy, because we're supposed to be on the same team. Again, I thought we were all friends here and whatnot, because I've played this game for a long time. I've improved my feedback. We've been pretty nice to each other in DMs and whatnot, but we're just starting to ignore problems and ignore our community. Doesn't really make sense, right? And the only time they don't ignore the community is if it's from the people that they like. It's like if there's like these two people that don't like something, even though 90% of the community is saying it's a dumb change, they'll listen to those two people because they like them. To the haters who are always like, oh, you just want to talk shit about the game all the time. Yeah, you know why I talk shit about the game? Because I want to like the game again. That's why. It's not rocket science, bro. I want Wiz to be great again. It's quite literally that simple. You want that, I want that. We're on the same team. We shouldn't be so divisive and hateful in this community. Like, it's actually insane. You know? I'll literally take the time to objectively prove why I'm right and something is healthy for the game, and y'all motherfuckers will still be like, oh, Liam's just being hateful and negative. Like, dude, like, listen to yourself, man. Yeah, I mean, that's everything I got for the video today. Again, I think we need better communication from KingsIsle, from Emma. We need to take action about people who are blatantly, quite literally, self-reporting themselves and just getting away with it. Let me know your thoughts and feedback in the comments below, y'all. I look forward to reading it, and I'll see you on the next one. I should have some more positive videos coming out here, covering the updates pretty soon, but I have to make this video because it's just been weighing me down lately, honestly. It's not really feeling listened to by Wiz, and I know a lot of y'all feel that way too in the community as well, right? So yeah, all right, I'll see you later. Take care.